What if I told you that the Colosseum wasn't just home to gladiators, but also hosted epic naval battles? Yes, you heard that right. Rome's famous Colosseum once turned into a giant water arena where ships clashed in deadly combat. The Romans were not just masters of land and sea, they merged the two to create one of the most awe-inspiring spectacles in history. The Roman Colosseum is known worldwide as an architectural marvel and the site of brutal gladiator fights, but it also played host to some of the most unique events ever held: naval battles, or naumachia. These mock sea battles were staged in an arena filled with water, transforming the Colosseum into an ocean-like theater. But how did the Romans pull off such an incredible feat of engineering? And why did they go to such lengths for entertainment? Let's dive into this forgotten piece of history. Naval battles, or naumachia, from the Greek for naval battle, weren't unique to the Colosseum. They date back to the reign of Julius Caesar, who staged one of the earliest recorded naumachia in 46 BC as part of his lavish triumphs. Caesar had a massive basin dug near the Tiber River to simulate a sea battle with over 6,000 combatants. This set the tone for future emperors who wanted to outdo one another with grand spectacles. By the time of the Colosseum's completion under Emperor Vespasian and his son Titus in 80 AD, Rome had perfected the art of transforming land into sea for entertainment. Naval battles in the Colosseum were a spectacle unlike any other. One of the most fascinating aspects of these naval battles was the logistics. Imagine this. The Colosseum, a stone amphitheater designed to hold up to 50,000 spectators, suddenly transforms into a massive pool. How did the Romans pull it off? The Romans built a complex system of aqueducts, water channels, and drainage systems beneath the Colosseum that allowed them to flood the arena quickly. This required immense engineering precision. Water was brought into the arena using nearby aqueducts and large water tanks. And after the event, the same system was used to drain the water out efficiently. Once the Colosseum was flooded, small ships, likely replicas of Roman and enemy vessels, were brought in. These ships were manned by gladiators or prisoners of war, and the goal was to recreate historical sea battles, complete with violent combat, sinking ships, and plenty of drama. But why naval battles? Why go through such extraordinary efforts? The answer lies in the Roman obsession with grand spectacles. The emperors knew that in order to keep the masses entertained and loyal, they needed to offer something unique, something breathtaking. A gladiator match was one thing, but a full-on sea battle in the heart of Rome? That was another level entirely. Naval battles allowed the Roman emperors to showcase their wealth, power, and technological prowess. These events often commemorated military victories, served as political propaganda, and reinforced the emperor's divine authority. In staging these events, Rome wasn't just showing off its military power, but also its dominance over the natural world, bending land and sea to its will. For spectators, watching the naumachia was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Imagine sitting in the Colosseum, a place already synonymous with death and entertainment, but instead of the usual sand-covered battlefield, you're watching ships sail and crash into each other in the middle of a flooded arena. The roar of the crowd would have been deafening as gladiators, dressed as sailors, boarded enemy ships, fought hand-to-hand, and sometimes even drowned in the chaos. The spectacle was bloody, violent, and thrilling. Everything the Roman audience craved. But who were these unfortunate souls tasked with fighting in the naumachia? Most of the time, it was prisoners of war, slaves, or condemned criminals. For them, the naval battle was less about glory and more about survival. Victory often meant a reprieve from death, while defeat meant not only sinking into the depths but also an end at the point of a sword. There were occasions when trained gladiators participated, bringing more skill and drama to the performance. Some naumachia were reenactments of famous battles from history, with the fighters taking on the roles of historical enemies of Rome, such as Carthaginians or pirates. Unfortunately, naval battles in the Colosseum were not a long-lasting phenomenon. The structure itself underwent significant modifications over time, making it harder to flood the arena as the Romans shifted toward more traditional gladiatorial contests and animal hunts. By the time of Emperor Domitian, the Hypogeum, a vast network of underground tunnels and cages, was built beneath the Colosseum to house animals and gladiators before their fights. While this made gladiator games even more exciting, it also made it nearly impossible to flood the arena for naval battles. Additionally, the cost and effort of staging such elaborate events likely became too much, even for the Roman Empire. The last recorded naumachia took place during the reign of Emperor Probus in the 3rd century AD, and after that, naval battles became a relic of Rome's spectacular past. Even though the naval battles in the Colosseum came to an end, their legacy lived on. These events represented the height of Roman ingenuity and their insatiable appetite for entertainment. The sheer scale of these battles has fascinated historians for centuries, reminding us of the lengths to which Rome went to display its grandeur. Today, the idea of flooding an arena and staging mock sea battles sounds nearly impossible, yet the Romans managed to do it almost 2,000 years ago. It's a testament to their engineering skill, love for spectacle, and desire to entertain the masses at any cost. The Colosseum's naval battles were more than just spectacles. They were a demonstration of Roman power, technological achievement, and the empire's ability to control both land and sea. Though these watery arenas have long since dried up, their impact on history remains profound. So the next time you think about the Colosseum, remember that it wasn't just the gladiators who fought for their lives there. It was also a place where entire ships sailed into battle. The naumachia were Rome's ultimate display of grandeur, power, and bloodlust, reminding us that in ancient Rome, entertainment knew no bounds. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below with your thoughts on this incredible chapter in Roman history.